Hello, World Wide Web. Thank you so much for coming and stopping by and looking at my video today. I'm the Punching Pastor, Wes Wingo. And yes, I said that right, the Punching Pastor. I have a background in boxing, had a lot of fun with boxing in my life, and I'm also an ordained minister of the gospel, but also have a 16-year history as a professional in network marketing. But anyway, less about me and more about SoZo, because I know that's exactly the reason that you came here today, is to learn more about SoZo. And you want to know, is SoZo for real? Is SoZo the real deal? Is SoZo a scam? Is it another one of those pyramid schemes? Is it just something that I'm going to dump money into and never make a penny? I can tell you guys that in my 16-year history that I have never seen a company as good as SoZo from top to bottom. When it comes to products, when it comes to integrity, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to the compensation plan, I can tell you now that I have never seen anything like SoZo. Now I can tell you that I worked in VISALIS prior to SoZo, VISALIS Sciences, and I was very successful in VISALIS Sciences. I worked under a guy, and actually he's my mentor in the business, more like a brother to me. His name is Roger Langell, two-star ambassador in VISALIS at the time, the top recruiter in VISALIS of all time. He gives me a call one day and says, "Hey Wes, I want to tell you about a company called SoZo." And I said, "What do you mean you want to tell me about a company called SoZo? We're in VISALIS." And he said, "Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm giving SoZo a real serious look." And you've got to understand that my jaw almost hit the floor, because for Roger Langell to be even looking at another company while he's earning 6 figures a year in VISALIS, to even the remote possibility of leaving that behind and taking the risk of moving to another company just amazed me. And you've got to understand I had a lot of success, again, in SoZo under Roger. I earned my regional director bonus, or rank if you will, in 28 days. I earned my BMW car in 28 days. I had my car paid for monthly. And I had a lot of success in VISALIS. I was making very healthy checks and a very healthy income. So for me to look at another company as well was quite a risky move. But I also knew, again, for Roger to do this is something that I had to take a serious look at. And also, let me tell you a little bit more about another gentleman that I met when I traveled with Roger to the national public launch of SoZo in Dallas, Texas. I met a lot of wonderful people at the SoZo launch, a lot of wonderful people. But I'll tell you, one man really stood out. Well, so many people stood out. I definitely want to give shouts out to the wonderful leadership in SoZo, but one guy stood out to me that I'd actually heard of before I even traveled to Dallas, Texas, and to this convention for SoZo's launch. I met a man by the name of Terry McEwen, and many of you may recognize that name if you've had anything to do with network marketing. He's a 25-year veteran in a company called Amway. And you've got to understand, Terry McEwen retired 11 years ago from the marketing industry, retired from Amway, with over 1 million people in his downline, has made over 8 figures a year. For SoZo to attract someone like Roger Langell, someone like Terry McEwen out of retirement, I mean, for me it's a no-brainer. I've got to give it a deeper and a bigger look. Well, after looking at it for myself, I still, even though all of these great guys, my great friend Roger, my new friend Terry, were coming on board, I had to do my due diligence for myself. And I know many of you like to do that as well, and definitely you should. And after a lot of research, I saw that we had the best in-class products, went through our ingredient list. There's nothing that matches our products. Our product line is amazing. From the coffee to the Ignite drinks to the nutritional beverage, there's nothing out there that can touch our products. That is actually, every product in our product line has the coffee berry incorporated. And for those of you who may not know much about the coffee berry, don't worry, I didn't either. but I did a lot of research and found out that the coffee berry is being shouted about all over the country, all over the world, if you will, as being the highest antioxidant fruit or vegetable in the world today, even over the world famous acai berry. Yes, I said it, the acai berry. It's higher rated on the orac scale than even the acai berry. And you know, I learned and found out that SoZo competed with companies like Nestle, with a company called Futureceuticals to get the rights to the coffee berry product. And that's another beautiful thing for me and for you as well, is you're going to find out that there's no competition when it comes to SoZo. You're not going to see another coffee out there infused with the coffee berry. You're not going to find it. We are the competition. There is no competition. So we have the market cornered for sure. That was a huge thing for me. We have the best in class compensation plan that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm going to give you links, different links down below, to take a look at the compensation plan and some of the wonderful things that you earn. Now, I hit the rank, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'd like to tell you, in 30 days I hit the rank of Gold Executive. I'm getting my $500 car bonus monthly. I'm also getting my medical, my dental, my vision, and my life insurance paid for by SoZo. Yes, that's exactly right. That's what I said. They are paying for my insurance. And how many of you know how important the insurance industry is going to be here when it comes to some of the changes that are coming up? And I don't want to get into politics or anything like that, but I know a lot of my friends, a lot of my professional friends aren't looking forward to the changes in the insurance and medical insurance industry coming up really soon. So definitely take a look at SoZo. Take a hard look at SoZo. And I can tell you that as for me, being a very big skeptic, for me, leaving behind a great salary in ViSalus and coming on to SoZo was a huge move for me. But I can tell you, I finally, after 16 years, have found my home in the industry. I feel like, no, I don't feel like, I know that this company is what I'll call a legacy play. This isn't going to be a company that's going to be around 5 years, not 10 years, 15 years, but I can see this company extending my life over and beyond several times over. This company and our leadership is insurpassable. But anyway, I don't want to keep rambling on and on and on, but I wanted to give you my own personal testimony and let you know that SoZo is the real deal. The compensation plan is the real deal. And also the last thing I do want to say is, many of you out there might be a little concerned about network marketing and say, well, you know, I'm not good at sales. That's okay. You might say, well, you know, even as a professional that's been in the industry for years, you may say, well, you know, Wes, I have worn out my warm market time and time again by hopping from company to company. But that's okay. We have a system that Roger Langell and his programmers have created, a funnel, if you will, to create leads for us, people that we've never met before. And I'm going to give you links to that as well. I can't wait for you to give SoZo a harder look, and definitely get in touch with me. I would love to work with you. I'd love to answer any questions that you have, and please leave any comments that you have below about SoZo, and I'll be sure to answer those for you. God bless you guys, and again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to my SoZo review. God bless you.